Hi Year 5 and 6, Miss Stewart here. I'd like to read through the persuasive letter I've written to give you some help for today's task to write a letter to a police officer explaining why Jack should be punished for his actions. I'm going to read through my letter first, and then I'm going to point out some persuasive writing techniques I've used in my letter to help you write yours. Remember, persuasive writing techniques include things like emotive language, so pulling on the heartstrings. It also includes rhetorical questions, so a question that doesn't require an answer. Also, for persuasive language techniques, you could use the power of three, so grouping three ideas together in one sentence. Also, you could use strong personal statements, so things like I strongly believe and I truly believe. Also use evidence from the text, and persuasive writing techniques also include alliteration as well and repetition for effect. So I'm going to read you my letter first, then I'm going to point out where I've used persuasive writing techniques. Dear Detective Tate, it is with a heavy heart that I am writing to you. However, I strongly believe some terrible crimes have been committed by Jack White from Fairyland, and I implore you to investigate them. Firstly, after exchanging the family cow, Milky White, for 5 magical beans, a beanstalk grew, which Jack climbed. Upon finding a white house at the top, he demanded breakfast from the ogre's wife, and he repaid her hospitality by stealing a bag of gold coins. This incident occurred on Wednesday the 13th of May at approximately 9:30 a.m. Don't you agree that stealing is wrong? It is believed that since gaining this money, Jack and his family have squandered it. Having become destitute again, Jack decided to climb the beanstalk once more. On Thursday the 14th of May, in the morning, he stole a second possession from an ogre and his wife, a hen that lays golden eggs. How would you feel if you had been burgled from twice? Furthermore, Jack showed no remorse for committing this crime and instead was witness celebrating his theft. In addition, on Friday the 15th of May, the greedy child decided he wasn't content with 2 stolen items. He craved even more. So just like that, he waited, hidden and stole again, this time a magic harp. Do you honestly believe these crimes should go unpunished? Not only did he do this, he also caused the ogre's death. Whilst chasing Jack down the beanstalk, the ogre pleaded with the boy to spare his life by uttering "have a care," but Jack White did not have a care, and indeed cut the beanstalk with such force that it caused the ogre to plummet to his death, fracturing his skull. Now do you see why Jack needs to be brought to justice? I hope these events will persuade you that Jack deserves to be punished for his crimes. It is strongly believed that he is currently living happily ever after with his mother and father without a care in the world. Therefore, do the right thing. The power is in your hands. Yours sincerely, Miss Stewart, Year 6 class teacher. Right, Year 5 and 6. I'm going to go back to the beginning of my letter and point out things I've used deliberately in my persuasive letter. So first of all, I've started by writing to Detective Tate. Year 6, you'll know this is a real police detective because you met him when we did our crime experience. So I'm writing to a real life detective. And then my first line is emotive because I've used with a heavy heart. And then I've used a strong personal statement because I've put I strongly believe some terrible crimes have been committed. And I implore you, again, is using emotive language to make the detective feel sorry for you. And then if we move on here, repaid her hospitality by stealing a bag of gold coins. I've used emotive language there to make you feel sorry for the ogre and his wife. And then I've got a rhetorical question. Don't you agree that stealing is wrong? It's a rhetorical question because it doesn't require a reply. And then I've used emotive language again by saying that Jack and his family have squandered it, talking about the money. Then I made the reader feel sorry for the ogre and his wife again by saying he stole a second possession. And then I've got another rhetorical question. How would you feel if you had been burgled from twice? And then I've talked about Jack showing no remorse. So again, you feel sorry for the ogre and his wife. And it says that he's celebrating his theft. And I should have put here witnessed. I've put witnessed. And then again, I've used more evidence from the text to support my arguments. I've talked about him being a greedy child, saying he wasn't content with 2 stolen items, he craved even more. So again, I've given another example of what he's stolen and another rhetorical question. Do you honestly believe these crimes should go unpunished? And then I've talked about, again, feeling sorry for the ogre. The ogre pleaded with the boy to spare his life by uttering, "Have a care," but Jack did not have a care and indeed cut the beanstalk with such force that it caused the ogre to plummet, deliberate vocabulary choice there, to his death, fracturing his skull. Again, although it's quite dramatic, it's deliberate vocabulary choices to make the detective feel sorry for the ogre and his wife. And then I've used another rhetorical question. Now do you see why Jack needs to be brought to justice? And then I've got a strong personal statement. It is strongly believed that he is currently living happily ever after without a care in the world. Therefore, do the right thing. The power in your hands is strong and it's emotive. I hope that helps if you're writing your persuasive letters today. Send them to me when they're done. Really looking forward to reading them and giving you feedback. Take care, year 5 and 6. Speak to you soon. Bye.